It's not recording.
Yes, it is.
It's really not.
It says record.
We flipped, in our generation, we eat out every day of the week and maybe cook every now and then.
Right, total reversal.
It's the total reversal. So if we go back to doing what our grandparents did, you always had 2-3 vegetables with dinner when grandma was cooking.
Right.
All our folks didn't fight this hard for us to get to this point to find that the biggest threat to our children today could be their own health.
I was watching TV the other day and I seen Michelle Obama's commercial for community gardens. And I was thinking to myself, the same thing that she was talking about, we were actually putting it into effect. The educating your community about unhealthy foods and actually fixing the problem and supplying the community with healthy foods. Her words were be putting into action through the Black Male Youth Academy.
So these young men who became our first group of graduates said, Mr. Scorza, we want to do something to improve our community, right? We know what we're capable of, and we want to let the world know. One of the young men suggested doing a community garden. After going through the ideas, all the young men were like, that's actually a pretty good idea.
The community garden is important because it's giving the community an opportunity to eat healthy. Just in case they wasn't able to go down to the supermarket and be able to afford the vegetables and fruits that's within the supermarket, they could go down to community garden.
So we got permission from the district and the administration, and then we broke ground. And so the students went out there, we went and we bought shovels, we had gloves donated, we had certain tools and supplies donated to us. And so the students went out, they took those shovels and they started digging in the land.
The garden. Summertime, last summer, the summer that just passed. All I was doing was the garden. Garden. It was so hard. Hot, sweaty, pain in the back. Rakes, shovels, and bricks.
The garden, before we put all the work and effort into it, was nothing but a flat, big, desolate area with nothing but gravel and a big stone square in the middle.
It was just like a bunch of cement, crumbles, and rocks everywhere, dirt.
As they began to turn this land over and dig into this gravel, they started finding things like broken crack pipes.
There was a lot of trash and broken bottles, cans, and
knives on the site. And they were like, we don't want this stuff in our community. We don't want crack pipes in our community. So they cleaned that lot up. They cleaned that space up.
So we had to dig plots and more plots. Then we had to break this concrete up, this solid piece of concrete. We had to dig around it and break it up.
Moving the mulch around, watering. I've done digging.
We built the shed hand by hand. Then we start to level ground, start to have to use the axe.
They got rid of that debris and turned it into a paradise.
To see the garden now, it's like, wow, you can do that with this land right here. Just imagine we had more or something.
Even though I was out there every day of my life, no beach time, but it kept me out of trouble. So I appreciate that.
So it is good, huh?
Very tasty.
Did you help grow that?
I helped grow everything in this garden, help build that right there, the shed, help build the deck, help build this whole garden.